What are you guys' like favorite wedding themed movies?
What's the one with Matthew McConaughey?
I don't know.
Whatever one he's in. Whichever one.
Is it with Jennifer Lopez?
No, it's the girl in the yellow dress.
Oh, that's
wait, but
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
But
there's
that's not really a wedding theme, is it?
He's like a player. Like a,
I think they end
At a
up
wedding.
They probably end up getting married in the end, but I don't think
there's
that's
a wedding in the movie.
But I will say, like, that butter yellow is like so on theme right now as like a
for
bridesmaid's
bridesmaid
dress, and I always am like,
dresses.
it's Andy Anderson. Like, I love that.
I love
movie.
it. And
Yes.
I never had a daughter, but if I did, I wanted to call her Isadora. Remember the necklace that she had?
Yeah.
The Isadora diamond.
So funny.
Oh my gosh.
I think my favorite wedding one was Wedding Planner with Jennifer Lopez.
That one's a good one.
Oh, that is. I
I
forgot.
love-
About
I mean,
that
my
one.
big fat Greek wedding, that's always a staple. Like, that's a good one too. And I don't even know if you would consider this like a wedding movie, but like Wedding Crashers is freaking hilarious.
That's a legend. Yes.
If Matthew McConaughey's movie is a wedding movie, then
I don't
Wedding
know.
Crashers
I don't
is
know.
a
I
wedding
thought he was in a movie. Which one he was? It was a wedding
Well,
movie.
he used to
with
do
him.
rom-coms like all the time when he like first started out, and then I watched like a documentary on him recently, but he was like, yeah, I eventually just had to like stop. He's like, because I knew that was all I was gonna do, and so he turned down rom-coms for like a year, I think, or something like that. And then he ended up getting his like drama roles, like the Dallas Buyers Club and all of that. So I was like, okay, that's, obviously that's what got him, more awards and whatnot. But I love a good How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I could recite that movie from like memory. I've seen it so many times. It's
Literally.
so
That's my
good.
favorite.
I
Yes.
love
so
it too.
good.
But anyways, movies aside.
Yeah, movies aside.
Today we're joined by a special guest.
Yes.
Sasha Gregory.
Hello.
She does it all. She owns Complete Charleston,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
It's literally everything. What all does that entail?
So complete weddings and events. I had to go back. It does. We do photography, videography, DJ, coordination, and photo booth.
Oh my
so we try to be a one-stop
gosh.
shop.
And then now you own your own wedding venue, which is so exciting, 108 West Main. And we actually just got to work it a few months back. And yeah, you guys have done such a good job with it.
Thank you.
But like we wanted to like get down to the nitty gritty of it, because like being a venue owner and operator is like no easy feat. It takes a lot of work. And I've heard like, it's a pretty difficult job to like get into, an industry to get into. So what kind of made you guys want to take the leap and like buy your own venue?
It's a crazy story. Little background. So pretty much been doing photography for 18 years. And then in the middle of that, I was working in public safety with Bryce. He was a police officer. And I used to do this on the side. This was like my fun money, like photography on the side. And then I told my husband, Bryce, I was like, hey, if you want to date me, grab a camera because I'll be doing a wedding. So he didn't like being a second shooter because supposedly I'm bossy. So he said, I'm going to do this video thing. And he did great. Finally, we started continuing, and we start seeing starting seeing money coming in. And we're like, okay, this is actually could be a business for the family. So let's investigate. And Complete Charleston came for sale. It's actually a franchise. We own the one in Charleston, in Savannah too. And that's when we learned that we can expand. At first, we were so like husband and wife, and we try to keep it. But like anybody, how many weddings we can do? So it was hard for me to let go of that trust, because I'm like, who I'm going to trust to carry our name? And slowly that happened. And with Bryce, he helped me let go. But no, thankfully we have great group of people and a team people, but also we have great partners like you guys. We love you guys so much, and we appreciate you.
Same.
And we enjoy working with you too.
I love
was a
it. When I met
blast.
her for the first time, it was glorious. We need to talk about that later. But to answer the question, Bryce also been like in the price of owning property as well. And we saw the opportunity that the venue was a good investment as a property itself. And then I was like, why not? We've been doing this so many years. Let's try to manage a venue.
I mean,
beautiful.
yeah, you're experts at that point. I mean, if you're like running your own empire of like anything wedding related, you got your hand in.
Yeah.
Except for the venue. So now it's
Yes.
like, let's just
Add
have
that
the final
on.
piece. Yeah.
And now we've got to see every angle of wedding industry. Other than I'm not cooking, you don't want me cooking. And you don't want me doing hair and makeup, I wish, but no. Or flowers, we're good.
She can make a good drink, though, I bet.
Oh, yes, that's for sure. No, but those are the areas that we're probably not going to include ever. But that's great because we got great partners. But it's been great. It's also like seeing all the angles now helps us connect more with our vendors and our venues that we also work with. Because now we understand the situation and why they say this, why they ask us this, why they ask us for liability insurance, why they ask us, now it makes more sense that I can be like, okay, we're good to go.
Yeah.
But you can see all sides. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's nice.
But no, we love it. We love being part of the wedding industry, especially in Charleston. And we're excited about the venue. And we took officially over in January. So we're doing very good. I don't know if I did tell you this. I did get married there before we bought it.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I think you did mention that to us too when we first came. It's beautiful. I love it. The all glass, the reception area, beautiful. And then out back, the ceremony space back there, love that too.
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
So when I started working there as a photographer, I felt it. I was like, this is just so nice. The birds, you can hear the church bells, and I never thought I was gonna own it. And then when Bryce said, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Well, we got married there, and it worked, so let's do it." But we do have that history as well, and we love to share that with our couples because they feel like, oh, they got married here, they understand. So now we're doing improvements that we would like to see. And honestly, funny story, a lot of the improvements we have has been from couples that have been married there, that they brought their ideas, and we pretty much like, you know what, we like the idea, let's do it.
Let's add that in.
And if you go with me, I can show you. This was one wedding that did this another wedding did that.
I love that. It's like very full circle for you guys. And I will say, like, when there's a connection that's so deep like that, I find a lot of couples will inquire with me because I got married at Dunes West and I shoot a lot at Dunes West. So they're like, you know the place so well, you got married, that you have that connection. I want like somebody who has that history with the place to like resonate on your own wedding day. So I think that's really, really special.
Yeah, I agree. And we're excited. We love it. And we love having, when I saw you at the venue, I was like, first of all, guys, huge fan. Like,
she is.
I'm a fan. I take a picture every time I listen to them. Like, I'm on it. Yes. Please 5-star review because they're awesome. But so when I saw that, I was like, celebrities here. I need to post that picture.
God.
Actually, I'll send it to y'all. The picture I got, like, I'm with no lipstick or anything. I'm like, celebrities.
Selfie.
So I was like, they're in my venue. Anyway, but no, I love that. And I love seeing I love hearing your feedback too, because I'm not a pro. And obviously I want to improve. I want to make it even better. So just having professionals like y'all coming to the venue and giving us their feedback, that is so much valuable to us.
And we're always learning too. So we're happy to take your feedback as well. I mean, we learned a lot of stuff from your wedding as well. We had, there was an interesting thing that happened, that's for sure. And we both implemented some strategical things
I'm
from
straight
that.
up like filming a first dance and then I'm like, Cam, call Sasha. It's on fire.
I can't get it out of my head.
Up.
The flame, like the cold sparklers caught the pampas grass on fire, and I immediately look at you. You go like this across the room to me. I immediately knew to call you. I step outside and I'm like, hey, I know you just left, but
we don't want your place going up in flames.
Yeah,
so
I need
please
you to
come
turn around right now. There's a fire, but it's put out, but you just need to get here. And she's like, okay, bye, I'm coming, bye.
I told Bryce, I looked at Bryce because we're just leaving, and I said, I'm so happy they're there because I knew y'all will take care of business.
You had it under control.
You have it under control. Yes, I have seen pampa grass since then, and I get all nervous.
It's
I
PTSD
see cold
for
sparks,
sure.
or I'm like,
Triggering.
no, we learn a lot about that, and obviously implemented rules. And the reason is, I don't want to be like that rule lady. That's not my goal. But one of the things I have to consider is that wedding's happening that time. The next day I had another wedding. That could affect another person's wedding.
Right.
So that's why we had to do precautions. And sadly, that did happen. That wedding, that's the machine and the pampas don't get along. Actually, I see more TikToks about that. So I think in any contract, pampa and cold spark,
Well, it's a very dried out flower. So then you take that with cold spark, and then a lot of the times they have those smoke machines that are, so it's wind, it's dry flowers, and then it's a spark. It doesn't matter if it's cold or not, like you're still getting a spark. And so it does ignite it, and like luckily we were able to get it out quickly, but it was definitely like jarring. You're like, Fire!
Yeah.
The bridal party, the father of the groom, bride, someone, a bridesmaid, everyone like jumped up
Yeah.
so quickly and started putting it out. I just saw the flames of the pampas grass go to the floor. They were putting it out, sweeped it up. I mean, I think it cleaned up pretty nice. Was there any
No.
damage done?
No
to
damage to the venue
Good.
at all. I think it was a little bit about their decor.
Mhm.
Luckily, because, you know, again, I have to think about future events. But thankfully, we had a great content creator capturing, and she captured everything. So what I'm going to say with this is, not only she's capturing everything, she knows all the highlights. Because if you explain it to me, we call me, I'll be like, really? I don't, like, it was better to see it visually. And I'm like, oh. And now, obviously, you know, when couples ask me about co-sparks, I'm like, no. And I give them a little clip of why. And then they're like, we got it. Since then, we have a protocol where we show coordinators where the fire extinguishers are now, what to do in a situation like that happens, even though we don't allow them anymore.
And that's the thing, you live and you learn, right? It's just a part of the industry. Like when you start anything new, there's a learning curve. And so obviously, like as a planner, I've had to sign off on certain venues and things like that because there's so many rules, there's so many regulations, and you're always kind of like, okay. But then you see something like that and you're like, okay, these rules are put in place for a reason, and like obviously they just need to be followed because you want to protect, like you said, the investment that you've made, but also there's other couples the next day or down the road that are, you know, that if the place goes up in flames, not only does it affect you and your livelihood, but it affects all the future brides who had planned for, you know, a year, months and months to get married.
Especially, if that happened, let's say they did cause some fire in the roof or something, that's something I can't fix in 24 hours.
Yeah.
No, that can, you know, and that's devastating. So those are the things. One that I'm surprised that I understand why now is flower petals. So
they're hard to clean up.
And especially after rain.
Yeah.
So we had a wedding the next day, and my husband and I, we were one by one. We picked up every flower petal. And now I'm like, that's why they say to pick them up or, you know, use something different. I was like, it makes sense. So now everything is like check mark.
So like we got married at Dunes West, and I love Dunes West. So I could never say anything bad about them. Jason over there is amazing. Shout out Jason. Yes. And he really never told me no with all the crazy things. I was like, I'm gonna add this, whatever. He was like, yep, sure, you're good, whatever. And then the one thing I was like, confetti. I want like a ton of confetti when I like get married. We do the dip kiss and like the confetti. It's just like a moment. He was like, yeah, no, you can't do confetti. And I was like, why? And, you know, and then now I know. I'm like, okay, well, it's so hard to clean up, even if it's biodegradable. Like the person getting married the next day doesn't deserve that. Like they need a fresh, clean slate, just like you had. So I totally respect it and understand now. I mean, I still am like dying for a confetti moment. So like if your venue does allow it, I'll help clean it up, even if it's inside, because I want that so bad. But
if we can do it like the last wedding of the year, and I have like a break to clean it up, then we'll talk about it. Maybe a style shoot or something. But I understand. I would love to see that. Yeah. Another one that I learned quickly. I don't know how to explain it. You know those clear little balls that you put water on the vases and they expand with water.
Oh yeah.
The beads.
The beads. Oh, if those fall, you will never be able to collect them.
Really?
And they're like jelly.
Or glitter. You're never cleaning. I mean, goodness gracious, you're never cleaning off glitter. Glitter is stuck with you for like months. I feel like you're still finding like specks. You're like, I've showered 7 times. I don't know what's happening.
So those
glitter's no bueno.
Those are my ones that I keep in mind now, and I'm like, oh, let's not do those.
It's not hard to follow rules. If you hand them their contract and their piece of paper with all the rules on them, and they try to fight you on that, you have your rules in place for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's why we always we require a day coordinator, at least a day coordinator.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes, we require it, and not because we want to be that like, oh, they're so picky. No, it's honestly it's for a successful wedding for you guys, for the customers. We want to make sure it goes smooth. We want to make sure at the end of the night they're not the one cleaning up the venue, you know, or they have ideas of who's gonna do that and how. The coordinator can read the contract and knows about those decoration situations and things like that. That's why we require it. It's not because we want to be
sticklers.
No,
and I've seen it more and more now with venues, and I'm so appreciative of it because you can plan your entire wedding. I see this all the time where girls are like, I only need a day of coordinator. I planned my whole entire wedding. And I'm like, you have no idea how to plan a wedding if you've never planned one before. You have no idea like the things to anticipate or the things that you couldn't even anticipate. There's so much logistics and things that go into planning such a monumental event like that having somebody who has the knowledge, the experience, that knows why certain things have to happen in a certain way. Even little details that you wouldn't even think about on the day, like who's taking out your trash, who's cleaning up your venue, like who's breaking down your rentals, or who has the rentals. Like, it's so beneficial to have somebody who actually has experience and knows what they're doing. So I think bare minimum having a day of coordinator.
Absolutely.
I think you honestly should have a month of coordinator, because I don't think anybody can come in and do it on the day. But I'm glad that you said
at
that
least
you
a
offer
month
it.
of- yeah. It's something I just need somebody. I will ask a professional, because like you said, also I want somebody to be there, kind of like the advocate. They're there to make sure that everything goes well, right? They're gonna make sure that we as a venue deliver what we promise. The vendors deliver what they promise. You have somebody that can look at all that professionally, and also be not so engaged with the whole emotion of a wedding, because that's you and your family and your friends. So this person is in charge of those things. So that's what is important. You know, that day, if I was doing my own wedding, I'll be running like a chicken. Like, I'm going here, going there. Where's the cake?
Yeah,
What is
you
this? What
definitely
is that?
don't want to be your own like coordinator on your day, for sure.
No.
That's why you hire somebody to do it. And I think even having, like you said, a family friend or somebody who's emotionally connected. Typically, if you're inviting them as a guest, I have seen venues that they're like, you have to have somebody who's licensed and insured. It can't be like your aunt. It can't be a cousin or a friend or whatever who's maybe planned, whatever. It has to be somebody who's licensed and insured. Everybody has licenses and insurance for a reason, because if something were to happen, like let's just say that circumstance with the fire didn't go as great as it did, and the place does go up in smoke, we are all liable. When the cops come and they ask us all these questions, they're going to be like, what happened? And if it comes back on you, like I've seen it where people are drinking and driving after a wedding. And this is why I tell couples, get your own wedding insurance. It's so important to cover yourself, because I don't care if it is your best friend's mom. If she ends up passing away and she's leaving your wedding, they're suing you. They're suing every single one of us for negligence and letting that person drink and drive. So it is important to have somebody who is professional, who has the right licensing, who has the right insurance, who knows what they're doing, who knows how to deal with situations like that, and can kind of get ahead of it. We're not drinking at a wedding. We're working. We're professional. We know how to handle
We
that
can
kind
handle
of
a
stuff.
situation, and we don't have that emotional
connection
commitment on that. And you're right about the insurance, for event insurance, for 100%. Honestly, I would say it's not expensive.
It's not.
It's like, maybe if you have and don't quote me on this, but it makes 100 people, maybe could be $120.
I don't even think it's that much, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's day of insurance, so you're really just paying for the day. It's just general liability for the event, and it's not that expensive.
It's not expensive.
And I tell, like, I've seen in, like, forums on Facebook, people are like, well, it's so expensive. Like, I'm just doing content. Like, why do I need insurance? I'm like, everybody needs insurance. It covers you and your materials. So if something were to happen to anything like that, you have insurance for it. But it's like $20 a month. Like, in the grand scheme of it, it's a write-off, whatever. But you have to have it. It saves your butt in the long run if you ever need it.
And I think there's some, like, insurance company now that they will do it for 2 days or something. Because I have vendors that have come and they don't have it, and I have a good company that I send them, hey, you can do it for 2 days. Yeah. And it's minimum.
Oh, good.
I always do say, and this may not be right, I'm not an insurance agent by any means, but I always do recommend that my couples, they go, like, don't go off your homeowner's insurance, don't go off your car insurance, like, go a separate company, because again, like, if you were to, like, really get sued, it's almost like an LLC. It protects you from your personal assets. You don't want to have it connected in any way. I could totally be wrong by that. Fact check me, but I just say, just in case, like, it could come back on you, I would just go to a different company that's not related to anything that you have, and just get, like, day of insurance that covers you. It's usually like $1 million general liability policy, which is
it takes
easy.
like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Easy breezy.
And like you said, it's not expensive in the grand scheme of it.
And I like it because if you notice, like, wedding, like, people do like a wedding email. This is your wedding policy. Yeah. Completely separate from your other stuff. Just and honestly, it keeps it all separately. So I agree with you.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
I wish I would have done that. I think that's such a smart thing to do. Is
well, a lot of venues are so fun fact, it's actually it's required by law in South Carolina, but not every venue enforces it. But there's a lot more venues that are enforcing it nowadays that are like, hey, you have to have your own insurance, and then every single person who's coming on the property that's being hired has to have insurance. And then now you have to have city insurance. So like every city you have to get. So it's like, you want to know why our prices go up, because we're paying like a lot of licenses.
This insurance and this insurance.
And then each town or city or county we go, we will have to
Yeah.
obtain one. So it's pricey.
Yeah, it gets expensive.
It gets expensive.
They're
for
definitely
sure.
nickel and diming us these days.
Yeah.
So I did want to ask you, like, when couples come to the venue,
Mhm.
what should they be asking when they're doing the venue tour? Like, what are some important things that they should be knowing?
I think the biggest thing, so our venue capacity with tables and chairs, I think comfortably that I feel like it's a good room is like around 160 people. I think having that first thought about how many people you want to invite and how much you want, to host is big. Guest count, because sometimes they come, it's about 150, but then 170 show up because we've been noticing a lot of inconsistency with RSVPs. Also availability, if you're thinking about a date, I prefer them to tell me ahead of time if they have a specific date. Honestly, I don't mind showing them in the venue. I'm happy to show them in the venue, but I will break my heart to tell them, sorry, we are actually booked that day. One of my questions on my questionnaire is like, what day you're thinking? Are you flexible with that day? If I see if they say no, then I'm gonna make sure I do my homework before they come to the venue and do a tour. Other than that, I would like to know, they should know like if they want to get ready at the venue.
You'll have a good space for that too.
Yes, we took the whole house now is getting ready area.
I love it.
So all the rooms are theirs.
The bridal suite's really cool. All the lights and the mirrors upstairs.
I love it. I sometimes go myself and just do my makeup there.
I would say like some perks to venues, and we have a whole entire episode devoted to like everything you should be asking with venues, what you should be looking out for as far as like the amenities that they have. First and foremost, I'm like a bridal suite is like crucial. I feel like that really sets venues apart these days because we have so many destination brides coming to Charleston and getting married. For them to have to find another place to get ready, pay for that space on top of the venue, it just gets really, really pricey. So if you can get ready at your venue, and the venue also allows you to get there early enough without charging you extra, because a lot of them have caught on and now they're like, okay, yeah, you can get in at 12, and it's like, well, thanks for giving me a bridal suite and then I can't get ready in it because we start hair and makeup at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. So like access is a big one, but having a bridal suite and a spacious one is really nice, and you guys have a great one.
No, we're super happy about that. We love having the whole house. They right now the way we have it, they can come in at 9 o'clock in the morning. Obviously it depends if they do want to adjust the time because of makeup and hair, they can, and then we have them to 11 o'clock at night. The noise ordinance in Mounts Corner is 10, so we try to keep, make sure we follow the law, so that by 10 we ask them to start, closing time, so that way we're all good.
Cue the song.
Closing time. Sorry, y'all. but that's, I try to make it cute. Closing time. Oh, no.
I had a dad at my wedding on last Sunday, and he was like, hey, what's that song, that popular song that everyone used to play at the bar when it was time to leave? He's like, play that song. I'm ready to get these people out of here. I was like, I love this guy.
I love it. Yeah. So no, that's, I love that. And they have the house. They can have like a little brunch. I want to make sure they're comfortable. As a photographer, also for me, it's good to have it all in one place because it's less driving time that you have to consider.
Less logistics.
So I love that they can be there and do that. Rain plan. What's the rain plan? Luckily, if we keep it on 160, we can still host a ceremony inside the pavilion with the reception setup. Maybe we move a couple of tables and chairs.
Yeah, you have to do a little flip, but it's still an option.
It's an option. And luckily, our ceremony side, already the benches are there. They're not moving. So if you decided, obviously coordinators would never want to do a last minute flip like that. But if it happens, so a storm comes, go inside. It's not like you did extra work for the ceremony. You don't have to bring extra tape on chairs because there's already out there.
Do you guys offer rentals?
Right now is tables, chairs, and linens.
Wow, you guys offer linens.
Yes.
That's
nice.
a big one.
Yes, we did. So one of the things in my wedding that I almost forgot was linens.
Oh no, you don't want to forget that.
So I said, that's not happening in 108. We're going to have linens. So right now we offer white and black linens.
That's super nice.
And
then it's like if you want the extra frilly, whatever color linens, then you get them yourself. But offering linens is so huge. That saves you so much money. Linens are expensive.
They are.
They're a pain in the butt to buy because then you have to press them and iron them and do them yourself and bring them. And then if you rent them, they're like $20, $30 a pop
the same.
for standard white linens. It adds up so quick. I mean, your rentals are like $5,000 or more for 100 and something people. That's what we're getting quoted nowadays. If you can save a buck or two on like having a venue that already offers that, that is huge.
And we love it because we also set up, if they give us a layout ahead of time, we will set up their tables and chairs. And if they got the linens, we'll add the linens.
Wow.
So when they come in that morning, linens already set,
Y'all
everything's
get
ready.
married at 108.
I know.
Come to me.
For real.
I'll plan some weddings there because that's like easy peasy for me.
Yes, And
Yes.
we love it. And at the end of the night, also, I never like working in the industry. I didn't like aunts and uncles, folding chairs.
Yeah.
I was like, no, everything stays exactly where it is. Just the only thing we ask, take your decor,
Personal items, yeah.
the trash. We have trash on site,
Which is
bins,
nice.
so they don't have to take it home or nothing like that.
And you have parking, which is
we
huge.
have parking as well, and then also we also include security.
that's
nice.
right.
And
Because
yes.
some venues require it, but then they make you pay for it.
Exactly. So our security guard are amazing. They actually dress as civilians, so they look like
Less
part of the party.
intimidating.
Yes, but they're just there to make sure everybody gets home safe.
Yeah.
If somebody needs help, we will make sure their cars can stay in the back parking lot so it's secure. But that's the main goal, is to make sure everybody goes home safe.
That is so cool.
Love.
I will say too, and you can tell that you have experience like working in the industry because you've kind of thought of everything.
Mhm.
Because I mean, as a content creator and a planner, like we go into these venues and we're nitpicking things. We're like, wish this was different, wish this is
This and
whatever.
this.
But it's nice to see the perspective. I tell people all the time, like as a planner, having the perspective of a media team, there's certain things that I do differently because I know that perspective of it.
Mhm.
And so you being a venue operator, having the perspective of almost like a DJ, a coordinator, a photographer, you see all the different like movements with it that you can kind of adjust, and you kind of have a little bit more like sympathy towards the other people because you have been in their shoes before,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
you can also accommodate certain things and adjust, which I think is really special.
I find
Honestly,
myself
that's
sometimes
awesome.
with the vendors. I'm like, hey, you need anything? You need help? You want this? Like, because I know
Yeah.
the
And that's what I was
feeling.
about to say. It shows
Yeah.
that you care too.
Yes.
That you care about your venue, you care about your vendors, you care about the couple, your bride, your grooms. Like that's huge that
Yeah.
you care about.
I
your
love
space.
it. That's the thing. Me and my husband are so happy. We love it, and we do offer some of the similarity of services. But everybody, are you allowing other vendors? I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weddings in Charleston. A lot. And honestly, we want to help our community grow. I'm all about seeing this industry continue to grow. We want to see more brides, destination brides come here because we want to be like the sample of, the wedding industry. So for me, like, I want to make sure everybody's happy, vendors and everybody. And then also we have the vendor we love page on our
Love
page,
that.
and we
Add
share
us
that.
to it because we
I
love
need to add you, but I put you all together. Yes, but Lindsay's
We're
in
under
it.
the same name.
I think another thing is making sure the time. One of the biggest thing is with when you're looking for a venue, make sure that you're okay with the ending being at 10.
And noise ordinance, like you said.
The noise, and then if you want more, obviously that's a discussion that we can have, and we can tell you the expectation of what could happen. Like maybe the music has to be lower, maybe we need to make sure the doors are shut and the pavilion. But also your vendors need to be aware, because sometimes I have vendors that they take a little longer for their tear down. So when you're doing that timeline with your coordinator, they will know 15 minutes are tearing down. It's not gonna be. So those are little things that to consider. And I try my best during their tour, tell them everything.
Yeah.
I don't want them to lose the spark of my
Yeah.
Write
Like
it
too
out.
much information.
No,
You're like,
okay.
I just overwhelmed those people.
Yeah, sorry, but we try to be as more transparent and clear we can to make everything go smoothly.
So I know you said you love all the vendors. You love.
Yeah.
But we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
Hey, yeah.
Because RSVP things, we like to stir the pot a little bit. If you have, you listen.
just
You
a
listen.
little.
So we love a good game. So we have a little game today.
Okay.
And you can politely decline. It's okay. But
Okay.
so we obviously love our vendors too. Like we are vendors. So we love our people. But
Let me drink a little bit more of this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Take a little sip of that wine. But we do want to go through like a list of each vendor, and you tell us like a little pet peeve that you might have. And if you don't have one, that's okay.
Okay.
We'll
We
chime
have
in.
one. We will have a pet peeve.
Okay.
We will chime in. Trust me. Okay. So first off, planners.
Planners.
Like, what's a pet peeve or something that you wish a planner knew that would make the collaboration between a venue and a planner more beneficial?
Fluid.
In general, I think I understand they have two customers in a way, even though the venue is not a customer, but let's see it like a customer service. We're not enemies. We're here to help work together.
Yeah.
So I will like some planners to know that we are a team.
Yep.
And we're gonna help each other out. So not to be against us.
Yep.
We're trying to make everything work. At the end of the day, all of us want everybody to be successful. So I think just communication, and understanding, and just work together. that would be great.
Because we all have the same goal. We talked about this in our last episode with the content creator. Like, there doesn't need to be animosity. It doesn't need to be like this hierarchy. Like, everybody was hired by the couple for a reason. There's contracts in place with everybody. So we're all hired and paid contractors. And we all have like the same goal. We want these people to remember their wedding day, the rest of their life, as like the perfect day. Right. It went smoothly. It ran great. Everybody was happy. And I say this all the time, like, they feed off of our energy. So when you work as a team, it makes your day go so much more smoothly. I mean, I'm there for 12 hours, and that's generous, you know? So it's like, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my time. Like, my feet hurt, but like, my spirit's high, and I want to like enjoy the day just like anybody else. So I think working with people who are on the same page and collaborative, like, it only makes it a smooth event. And happy-go-lucky, like, for everybody, I think.
Absolutely. And I was going to say this earlier, too. With being a venue owner and a venue coordinator, I feel like there's always, like, a target on your back because you're kind of, like, rules, it feels like. But honestly, with the way you're running things, it seems like it's so fluid and beautiful, and you treat everyone so nicely that they should return, I guess, niceness back and follow the rules that you do have in place, too. So.
It's more like, just be a team player. At the end of the day, I hope to see them again. We are a team. Like, that day, this couple decided to make us part of the team. So let's just work together. And sometimes they like, oh, the venue said no. And then instead, we could have been rephrased a little differently. The contract did say, these things like that where you feel like you're getting thrown under the bus. And you're like, but I didn't mean it like that. It wasn't like that.
I mean, I would love to be a planner for a venue like that. That you're like setting up tables and chairs, and you're putting the linens on the tables, and you're breaking down all this stuff at the end of the night. Like, I can't tell you how many venues I've worked at where my couples are having to pay to get their stuff set up and broken down.
Extra
because
people.
Rentals are, it's tedious. It takes more people. You have to pay them. So if the venue offers it, but then they're not actually doing it, that puts more weight on us. We're having to hire somebody, or we're having to do it, which in turn costs money. So then the couple's having to pay for that. So the fact that you offer that, I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like,
and we also have our security make sure at the end of the night, my first rule for them, make sure the planner is safe in their car and they're going home and they lock up, because it's security for everybody. I want to make sure everybody's safe. But that's pretty much. But I never had any issues. That's the only thing I said. Like, you know what? We're not against you at all. Let's just make this work.
You're so sweet.
Okay, next up, I'm gonna break you. I'm gonna break caterers, because I have a couple things that I'm gonna say.
I would like. If they haven't been to the venue, they're welcome to come before the event, and or they're welcome to call me and ask me the questions they need to know about setup and where to be and stuff. So our venue, we do not allow cooking. So we are not DHEC certified.
Oh, so they have to bring the food already ready. They can't prepare it on site.
They can do prep. So we do have we have an area for them to do prep. We have a refrigerator for them. We got a microwave. We have to clean their hands, washing station. We have a freezer. Well, we try to give everything they can, but sometimes they come and they want to turn out the oven, and that's something that is not allowed. So sometimes I wish that communication could be.
That also can fall on the planner, because as a planner, I am reaching out to every single vendor. I'm asking them questions like, when are you arriving? Do you know that you are responsible for taking your trash at the end of the night? We offer a dumpster or you don't. Some venues, like, they require that you take your trash with you at the end of the night. So knowing that information is crucial, because then I'm stuck with it at the end, and I don't want to do that.
Yep.
But it does fall on the planner, I think, a little bit, with the responsibility of, hey, you are the direct line of communication between the venue, the couple, and all the vendors. Like, you're kind of responsible for making sure that all the vendors know where and when they should be, but also the rules and regulations, and making sure that that's clear.
Yep.
So I will say this about catering, and it's nothing bad against them. I understand why they do it, but I cannot stress enough, your photographer and your media team need to be eating dinner when the couple eats their dinner, because we have been working a lot of hours. We deserve a hot meal. We deserve a meal. We deserve to eat just like anybody else would go to a job and get a lunch break. Like, we deserve to eat. We cannot eat when you're serving the couple and then you're serving every guest, and then we eat last, and then guess what happens? The couple wants to go on to the next thing, which is speeches, and then we have to record speeches. Sometimes we're having to take them out to do sunset photos or golden hour photos. So then by the end of it, we are not eating, because then the reception's starting, the cake cutting's happening. So we don't have a window if we're waiting until the very end, especially if it's a plated meal. But I will say this. As a planner,
Lindsay's had a doozy with caterers.
As a planner, it is my responsibility to make sure that my media team is fed first. And all it is communication, like you said.
Yeah.
collaboration, communication. Anytime that I have gone to a catering company and I had said, hey, we need to make sure, I know your rules and policies. I don't need to eat as a planner until the very end, but I need to make sure that my photographer, my videographer, my content creators are all being fed when the couple is being fed, because they have other things that they have to capture and we're not missing that. And they also need to be given a meal.
And to
So-
have forks ready. I'm always looking for
There's
forks.
never forks. We never have a fork.
I'm like, thank you for my meal. Where's the fork?
There's also been times where I've been like, can I have a plate? Like, I don't have anything to eat.
Let
off
me
of
do a
this.
shout out for Dunes West, Jason.
Yes.
He has a little drawer for us to
Yes.
do
Yes.
when I do photos.
But you get it from a media side, from a
yes,
photographer
for
standpoint.
photographer side. Yes.
You're like, we don't
That's
get
my
to
other hat.
eat if we don't eat when they eat. So
Yes.
I just think that needs to be like stated. Like, you don't have to feed the DJ, you don't have to feed the planner, you don't have to feed any of the other vendors. I get why they do it. There's been probably instances where they fed the media team and then they didn't have enough plates. But guess what? You should have had enough plates because that's
Right.
your job.
Right.
So again, it goes back to the planner being like, hey, this is the seating chart. This is how many meals we need. This is how many people we need to be fed, whatever. But
Well, not to be picky, but to give praise to the brides and couples that plan to have seating for their media team and for the people
That's
that
sweet.
need to eat, even if it's like a tucked
we
away
also
table.
do not
Yeah.
need, like, I know vendor tables are like, I don't even want to sit.
don't-
I've had brides, I've had couples who have literally sat me at a table with the guests, and I'm
I
like,
know.
that's so sweet, but I don't want to sit
I want
with
to
them.
be in
want
that
some
corner.
peace.
I don't want to sit with them.
We wanna go hide.
I love you and your people, and like I'll see you on the dance floor, but I like just want like 10 minutes carved out
Yes,
to where I don't have to
quiet.
talk to anybody, I don't have to be on anymore, and I just want to go eat in my little I'll eat in a closet. I'll eat
Yes.
standing up. Like, I do not care.
So typically when we record our podcast, I come over here and me and Lindsay have a little debrief. And it's almost after every weekend Lindsay or I have had a wedding. There was
You're getting the inside scoop, the
Jeff-
PTS.
Yeah, you're getting the behind the scenes. There was a catering company. I don't know who it was, and I don't know the name, and you don't have to say the name, but they didn't know the rules. They didn't know how to be nice. They didn't know how to
Like, cussed me out. She cussed me out.
They
Let's
didn't-
just say it. She literally cussed me out and told me if I did not get out of the effing kitchen that she was going to throw water on me.
like rude.
Because
Just
I was
rude.
asking her to bus the tables. Because that was literally their job as caterers, to bus the tables. We were helping. Like, when I tell you this was a June wedding, everybody has just been baking in the sun for 20 minutes underneath, no umbrellas, no shade whatsoever. They need water. They hadn't filled the glasses of water, and it was like all day long. It was this just
It's like they had
tug of
never
war
worked a
of-
wedding.
They had never probably worked a wedding. She's like, I've been in catering for 30 years. I'm like, that's great that you're doing, bar mitzvahs or whatever, but you're not doing weddings because these people need water and you haven't even filled the glasses up and the
I got her on
ceremony's
her
over.
soapbox.
So I'm over here filling up waters. Not my job, but I'll do it because, I'm the planner and it all falls on me. So I'm filling up the waters. Then I'm bussing the salads because they decided to put the salads out while people were at the ceremony. And I'm like, okay, so what are these people going to eat? Salad for cocktail hour? Like, people are literally sitting there, no forks, just eating their salad. And I'm like,
Oh,
Then wait,
there's
you gotta
not
get to
even
the-
dressing on it yet because
gotta get to the
it
best
wasn't
part,
supposed to be
though.
there. So then we start bussing. We're bussing, and it got to like the third plate, and I'm like, guys, I really need, like, the people that you hired, these 17-year-old boys from high school that you hired to be your bussers, I need them to go out and bus some tables for me. There's like 120 people here, and I'm sitting here with my assistant doing this when I need to be doing other things. And
That's
she
when she
straight
said-
up told me that if I didn't get the F out of the kitchen, she was that I would be wearing the water.
Oh.
She said she was gonna throw
And
water
then
on her.
at that point,
Then I just
I
proceeded.
wasn't nice. I wasn't nice anymore. I was like, nope, we're not doing that.
I'm telling
First
you,
of all,
I
we're
felt
not.
the
We're
heat
not.
in this house coming off of her before I even walked in. She was like fuming from this
My
wedding.
thing is like I am professional. Like, they're screaming, and I'm like, listen, we need to resolve this in a better, more professional way because I'm not gonna have clients and their guests like hearing you in the background swearing. Like, that's crazy. This is a
so
wedding. Like,
unprofessional.
Yeah.
there's a time and a place. This is not it. So you try to de-escalate the situation, whatever. But I'm like, dude, you had certain duties that you are required to do, like taking out trash, bussing tables. Like, that is not on a planner to be doing those things as a catering company. If you are offering that service at a wedding, you need to be doing those things. That's not on us to be doing. And so
Yep.
now I have, like you just said, you pivot, you learn from your mistakes, You rearrange that contract, you change your rules and regulations. And now if a couple doesn't have like a caterer that I've worked with in the past or somebody that I know works weddings on a regular basis, I require that the catering company is setting certain things on the table, that they're taking away and bussing certain things, or we'll hire somebody that will do it if they're not taking their trash at the end of the night. I've been stuck with bartending trash and catering trash because they couldn't figure out whose job it was. And it's not my job to take care of the customers. I'm like, you're providing all plastic glasses, so you're contributing 90% of the trash, yet you don't want to take it.
But that's why you hire a coordinator and a planner.
Right.
Because they know. Because if you weren't there, what would have happened that wedding then?
Probably the dad or the mom would have been taking out trash at the end of the night.
And eating the salad with their fingers.
And eating a salad without dressing and no
Without
water.
dressing. Yeah.
Everyone would have dehydrated if it wasn't for me, so you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But no, but
I know I'm on my soapbox, but seriously, it's just
No.
kind of like, it all goes back to like communication, collaboration. Communication,
Yes.
collaboration.
And that's why you hire professionals.
I have a next one for you.
Okay.
Photographers and videographers, media team.
Just put the furniture back where you found it.
So on the flip side, though, and you have to say this as a photographer, some
Yeah.
venues have too much furniture. And
Yes.
you're like, we don't need 7 million chairs in one room. Like,
Yes.
let's
I love
limit the
that.
furniture. I mean, I get some of these venues are so historic and they have this beautiful furniture and it's, great to capture. But if you're having to move like tables and couches and rugs just to get shots, you're like, guys,
Yeah,
like, it's,
and honestly, it's not so in this case, it's not that, like, let's say this little table got moved. It's fine. It's like the whole couch got moved completely. You're like, where's the couch?
Yeah.
Things like that. You're like,
Yeah.
let's put it back. I understand. I'm a photographer, and sometimes we are in a time crunch.
Yeah. Just at the end of the night before you leave, maybe
If
like
you
move the couch
can,
back.
just put it back. I have like a checklist for all the vendors, just like more specific. That way, hey, for you photographer, obviously not trash taking, but hey, if you can, just this A, B, and C and things like that. But I don't have any issues as a venue owner with the photographers other than the furniture.
As a planner, the only one that I would say I have is, and I see this again from both sides, but it's super frustrating for me, and I'm going to beat this dead horse because I know I've said this before, but creating your own timeline. So you 1,000% do not need the planner to create their timeline before you create your timeline as a photographer. You literally just need to Google when the sun is setting and you need to know when the ceremony is starting, which if you've had a consultation call with your client, like you should, you would know those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I should not have to create a timeline for you. You should be able to do that. If you have done enough weddings, you kind of know like, A, how long it takes you to do details, how long it takes you to shoot them in the morning with like their PJs on, or what the client is even wanting. I don't think it's the planner's responsibility to like reach out to the couple and be like, hey, so are you doing a first look? Are you doing peach? It's like, it's your client. You're taking the photos. You should know all of these things about them before you go in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will kind of do like a rough draft of a timeline that I think will happen. But it's like, I can't get a direct time from the hair and makeup people until I know when the photographer is starting and kind of like the flow of the day of what they're going to do. And only you as a photographer or videographer or content creator know how long it's taking you to capture each thing, because everybody is different. So when I go to them and I'm like, hey, can you go ahead and shoot me over like your timeline? We can collaborate on this and then I can integrate it into mine. And they're like, no, I need you to send me over like a detailed timeline before I can create mine. And I'm like,
no,
you're either inexperienced or you're lazy. Or you're both. But, like, there's no reason why you need mine before you can create yours.
I think my questions are, how many hours they hire me?
Yeah.
So let's say they hire me 8 hours. Okay, what's more important to you? Getting ready or send off? Send off. Cool. What time you want me there? How about this time? That adds up. What time is the ceremony? Honestly, after that, I just
but I will say this, too. Like, I always ask couples that, too. I'm like, hey, if you're only booking me for 6 hours, like, do you want to prioritize the morning time or do you want to prioritize later in the night? But also keep in mind, if you want to prioritize later in the night, you're getting a lot of dancing, which is very redundant footage, and you're missing like all the getting ready stuff, because if you want a first look and you want to knock out family so you can rejoin cocktail hour, like we have to start 2 to 3 hours before the ceremony because we just need the time to capture all of that stuff.
Right.
And then hair and makeup needs to know what time they're finishing up, because they obviously have to like wrap it up before photography so we can start on time. So that's like, I'm like, come on, do better. Like you don't need me to hold your hand. You can create a timeline.
Yeah, well, I have seen it where it's backwards, where the coordinator's asking the photographer for their timeline. And we're like, well, we can give you ours, but I don't know. You know, like
all I want is like your detailed shot list, basically, like when you're getting the bride, and so just so that everybody's on the same page and we can kind of gauge like, okay, how far behind are we? Because I've had some photographers who will be like, oh, I'm showing up at 2. I'm shooting photos between 2 and 4. Not even a joke. I've had people literally say that to me. I'm shooting photos from 2 to 4. Yeah, no shit.
What kind of photos? Where are you going to
Yeah.
be?
No
Are you going to be
shit.
with the bride?
I know you're shooting photos, but like, what are they? Like, do you have
Where?
a detailed timeline? Because that'll help you stay on track, so that like if the bride is a little delayed getting in her dress, like we can pick up and we can make up
And
time
shoot something else
to make
and
sure that we're
flip-flop
not
and-
missing anything that the couple wants.
And also
Yep.
sometimes you guys help with gathering their details. Like you
Yes.
have everything ready for them, so that way you know, okay, by 2 they're coming. Let's have
Yeah.
the dress ready. Let's have this ready. Honestly, again, it's all collaboration,
Yes.
teamwork.
Yes.
There's no reason to be like who.
I've had
Mhm.
photographers literally, and I'm not talking bad about all photographers. I've seen more that have helped me out where they literally will just like create the whole time. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay. And then I'm just adding little things in. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm just asking for the detailed shot list that you are going off of on the day so I can incorporate it into mine. So I know like when you're starting and
Mhm.
kind of like realistically, like, are we getting all of this in? And if we needed to push back family photos after the ceremony, even that's not what we anticipated, like, do we have enough sunlight for that? Just
Yeah.
little things like that I like to make sure.
That makes sense.
But I've had a couple like recently that were like, oh, I cannot create a timeline until I get yours. And I'm like, yes, you can.
Well, if they've made with the couple, they can create it.
Yes.
The couple knows the ceremony. Anyway. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move
Next
on.
up, DJ.
Oh, my DJ.
I know we love DJs. We
Yeah.
don't really have anything bad to say about the DJs. I would say the only thing is like just bring your own table and linen. Like, you run the business, you should have the equipment that you need to run your own thing. I have a million DJs who don't need a table. They don't need anything. They just come, they have their own little setup, and I'm like, cool. Why can't every DJ be like that? I know some DJs who literally are like very popular in town, and every time I'm like, hey, do you need anything from us? They're like, yeah, we need a table and a linen. And I'm like, you're already charging the client for the service, and then you're going to charge the client for another table and a linen?
That's
like,
the thing. They don't bring their own.
No,
like-
not all of them.
Now, and I'm starting to see more. Complete does, just in case. But
Yes.
but no,
Little shout out.
Shout out. And the thing is that sometimes they
Uh.
tell the venue, like me, because I set up tables and
Yeah.
chairs, or I have an inventory, and then where they give me their layout, and they're already accounted for all those tables. So at the end, we're like, when do you need a table? Like, nobody
Yeah.
told me that. You know,
Mhm.
just be upfront. My thing with the DJs is like, get there on time. If you, I'm
Yeah.
not asking you to come another day. You don't have to come see me 30 days before or anything like that. But come early so that way you see where you're gonna be set up.
You know how long your
Mhm.
extension cord needs to be. Like, all of those are
Exactly.
good questions. Where you're going to be set up. Have you ever worked? I always ask every single DJ as a planner. I'm like, have you ever been to the venue before? And if they say no, I'm like, okay, so these are where the outlets are. This is where we're probably going to place you. But you also need to be bringing the right extension cords to
Yeah.
plug in. There's some that have ceremonies that are different from the reception. And so you're having to have a 100-foot extension cord. And if you don't have that, like, we don't have it for you. So
Well,
yeah.
And I will say too, I had a band, but there's honestly, aside from the performance and entertainment aspect of it, obviously you have a band and then you have a 1-2-man show of a DJ. The band specifically told me, I need this stage and this covering, I need this rain plan, and we need this, and this type of like outlet. And so if a DJ can just give you that list of like, if you have this table, this linen, and this outlet, perfect. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. They just
Yeah.
need to have that in their contract. Make sure the
Yeah.
bride knows that. The bride can relay that to you. It's
Yeah.
that easy.
And honestly, be on time. Just be early. It's a little early. That'd be
Yes.
great because that way we can give you space. You can come in because they got a lot of stuff to set up. Like those speakers are not. They're heavy. So I wanted them to have enough time not to be sweaty. you know?
Yeah.
I will say too, one question I have for DJs, and this is just me being picky. Some people might like it, but why do we have to do like colorful lights, like blue lights? Why can't they just be?
well, as a content creator, we hate it because we're like, those
Yeah,
lights.
that's
Like
what I-
the like the dance lights.
Yeah, like
Ah.
they're fun. They're fun later on at night, but then like when they're having their first dance.
Oh.
And as a content creator, we're trying to capture their first dance, and it's kind of like a rave.
Yeah.
Yes, I got you. You're right. Yeah.
I wish we
Well,
could
I had a
switch them all.
venue that offered like lights like that, and they're like, "What lighting do you want?" And I'm like, "For the ceremony, maybe like off-white?
Yeah.
Off-white.
Can we get a light white, please?
like a natural?
Yeah, normally our DJ is more like the dance portion. Like after
Yes.
all the symbolic thing happened, then let's turn it into a nightclub.
See,
I
that
do like
makes
the
the video.
uplighting
Yeah.
though. That makes all the difference. Like with a space, if the DJ offers the uplighting, I'm always like, do the uplighting.
Yes.
And if I've seen some DJs offer like dance floors too, and I'm like, a dance floor?
Ooh,
Oh, I love dance floors. The
that's
cute
killer.
ones. Yeah.
Do they do that?
No, but they're good. They're good. I'm good.
Florist, really the only thing is just
Yeah.
clean up after yourself after you're doing like installments and stuff like that.
And if they're gonna pick up their rentals, just know the time to pick them up.
yeah.
For me, because we do close at 11, and
Yeah.
then we have a wedding the next day. We have all these vases and stuff around left, so it's good that is more communication with everybody to know what time to pick up their rentals.
Again,
Yeah.
that's why you have a planner.
Yeah.
love florists.
Rentals. Talk about starting on time. Guys,
Yeah.
can you please
And
arrive on
picking
time
up
and
on
also
time.
have all of the items that we paid for?
It's so funny. The rentals have the one that there was one of these chairs like a princess chair left in my venue for like 3 days.
Oh my god, dude! So I worked a wedding. I worked a wedding just like the other day, and there was like random risers and tables left over, and I was like, "How did you not come back and get this stuff? Like I know how expensive these are that you charge.
Yeah.
They're like $20. So yeah, they're just all over the place. I ended up
They're
using
not
them
doing
for my
like
wedding.
an
so I was like,
inventory count. Like I'm
Yeah.
missing this, and
but
this.
I've also had rental companies show up, and like we were shorted like 40 napkins. And then I'm like, hey, we're shorted 40 napkins.
How does
and they're
that
like,
happen?
well, why didn't you let us know like I had it? And I'm like, because I'm not sitting there counting 200 napkins when I'm in the thick of like setting up. Like,
Yeah.
can you just give me what we ordered? Because we paid for it ahead of time. So whatever. It's like minuscule things, but it's not everybody. Like we work with some amazing vendors. This is not to like hate on vendors. It's just to be fun and playful, but hopefully educational too. If you are a vendor and
Just to be picky.
this
And
is applying to you, maybe like do better. But
If the shoe fits.
if the shoe fits, Other than that, like everybody's great. Everyone does really truly like come together to make an event, seamless. Even if we're sweating, hopefully the couple doesn't feel that and they don't see it. They don't see the sweat. So
Yeah.
any crazy stories? We'll end on that.
Hey,
Crazy stories.
Other than the fire.
The fire.
I don't know if you can beat the fire, really.
I
but
think the fire is that's all I got right now.
I think we finally have to
Invite
post
me
that
back.
video.
we're gonna
I'll let you
post the
know.
In
video. Can
honor
we
of
post it?
Sasha
Are we
being
allowed?
on.
I don't know. Maybe we have to crop it a little bit.
I want it more so for like educational purposes.
Yeah.
Like if you're having
Pampas
sparklers
grass
and pampas grass and the steam, like you just gotta really not do it inside. you
Honestly, if you guys search on TikTok those 3 things, or just the pampa grass and the cold spark, you're probably gonna find
It'll come up.
lots of videos. I saw one recently. I sent it to you.
Yes, you did. I thought that was your venue.
No, it wasn't
okay.
mine. Thank God.
I was like, dang, this happened
Sasha,
again?
No, that's
I saw that same video.
It's
Yes.
the
And
combination
they were like,
of the
Yes.
cold sparklers, the steam thing, or like the guns where people are like putting out like, I don't know, CO2 or whatever it is, and then the pampas grass because it's
Yes.
so
It's
dry.
crazy.
Yes.
And it just does not, it's not a good mixture. It's literally going to burst in flames.
And I think certain states already they banned cold sparks machines. So those are I don't know here, but I
They're
know
considered cold.
Yeah, I mean-
It's still a spark. Like it's still fire.
it's still it has burned not that it has burned people, but it still has affected their skin in a way.
It's pretty, but I think do it outside or do it like safely inside.
As
Have
like
a
an
fire
exit.
extinguisher. Fire extinguisher.
It's like an exit. Use it as like an exit outside somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one crazy story that I'll add to the group. I had a groom, and I won't even say when the wedding was because we won't even reveal that. But I had a groom at one point in my career. We don't know. Was it last week?
A year
Was
ago?
it a year ago? We don't know.
Was it
We do
raining,
know,
maybe?
but you know. He literally could barely get down the aisle for the ceremony. And I was like, bro, it's 4:00 in the afternoon. I get having fun, but like, you want to remember this day. Then the bride is literally scolding him during the first look.
As
Or
she
not
should.
the first look, sorry, the first dance because he's, all over the place. Speeches, she's holding him up, so it's escalating. At one point, he asked me if I was the venue or if I was the coordinator, even though I had been with him all day long.
I met him like 4 times.
At the end of the night, he was kicking over chairs trying to fight people. So, like, just a little PSA, grooms and groomsmen, we know that you guys don't have anything to do in the morning and you start early, but just be aware that like this is your wedding day and you really want to be able to remember it and you want your wife to be able to remember it. Like this poor bride was just, she was a trooper, but I was like, dude, it's just not a good look.
Yeah.
It's just not
And
a good
kicking
look.
chairs, like
Kicking chairs.
respect
Like,
the rental.
Did
and
not
respect
know
the
his
venue.
name, did not know where he was by the end of the
Ay,
event.
ay,
And it's like,
ay.
how do you cut off the groom?
And also the night.
But people
before.
were literally taking drinks away from him during like the speeches and stuff because they're like, you don't need any more. And I'm like, yeah. And then the rehearsal the night before, same thing. He's leaving the rehearsal like twice. And a rehearsal is like 30 minutes long, max. Like we literally just rehearsed to make sure that everybody knows where they're standing, what they're doing. This is not a long process. Keeps leaving to go to the bar to get drinks. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you have an issue. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's my father-in-law on my wedding day.
I have video of it, those. If you want video.
Love you, Pop Monk.
A lot of love for you. We're good.
Oh my God.
No, that I had one time, long time ago.
Yeah, a long time.
But it wasn't the groom.
Who was it?
Oh, it was
the
the
bride.
bride.
Dude, I have some wild bride stories that
And
I'm
she
saving
had
for
a
another
boot.
episode, but like,
Because we're her getaway with the girls,
Yeah.
she broke her ankle.
She had to wear a
Oh.
boot on her wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then continue to just get.
Oh, it was she.
I
They couldn't
mean,
even do the first dance.
You're in a
Oh,
boot. You're in a boot. I mean, it's
dude.
already.
I mean, at that point, it's like you should probably skip the honeymoon and just go straight to rehab. But like, I don't know. And I don't say that lightly. This is not to make fun of anyone who has issues
No,
because
no, no.
listen, like we've all been there.
No, but
But-
you spend so much money, so
Honestly.
much emotion, so much in this day.
Just like, yeah, like be fully present. You know,
Reel it
there's a
in.
time and a place to like
I think
do
I
that
would've
at your bachelor party, your bachelorette parties, like whatever. But
Months
also don't
before.
but months before. Do not have it the weekend before.
Do
That's
not
crazy.
do the bachelorette
But-
party the week before,
Yeah.
if
No.
not the day
That's
before.
so sad.
Dear
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's crazy. No, I have a wild story, but I am saving it for
Oh,
another
come
episode.
on.
We'll save it for
It's
another
so
time.
crazy. It's so crazy. Okay,
Okay.
I'll share.
Okay.
All right, so I
Pull my
was
arm.
talking with another venue coordinator recently, and we're just, shooting the shit, whatever. We're having a good time. All the things, all the festivities that kind of happen, and really, like once the dancing starts, if you're the planner, you're like, okay, I'm sitting back, like I'm making sure that everyone's good, no crises happen, or like I have to call the emergency room. But other than that, you're kind of like just chilling until you have to clean up. So I am sitting there talking to the venue coordinator. And she was like, girl, I had a bride like a couple weekends ago, left the groom at the venue, went to Monk's Corner with her girlfriends to go to a bar. And I was like, dang, okay, that's gutsy. She goes, it gets better. I have another story where the bride was planning the full wedding. Like they had already gotten to the point where like the tent deposit's in, like everything's planned. They're like weeks away from the wedding. The bride calls the venue coordinator and is like, hey, we're calling off the wedding, but we're still gonna use the venue. We're still gonna use the photographer. We're still gonna have the cake ordered.
And
She
do
goes,
what?
I've been cheating on my fiance with his best friend. And instead of like canceling because we can't get our money back, we're still gonna use the photographer. We're gonna do a photo shoot. She literally said, she's like, they were in the venue eating cake, like her and her friends and this best friend of the groom, well, what was supposed to be the groom, eating cake, doing a photo shoot, took the transportation that was meant for them, like the getaway car, went and drank around town, saved the like didn't have the wedding per se, but like had a full-blown party
Without the groom, I'm assuming.
without the groom,
Okay.
with the new guy, the
Oh,
best
wow.
friend.
This is a movie.
That's literally what I was thinking.
I was like,
movie.
this
Sounds
doesn't
like
even
a-
seem real. And she's like, yeah, it was the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, talk about just not giving.
I
You
have
know
so much
what?
questions.
Yeah.
Did the family members win?
I think that
Yeah.
I think she had mentioned like the family members were like pretty disappointed, and
Okay.
it might have been more so like the groom's family being like, "This is just so distasteful. Like, how dare you?" Because I mean, I would imagine that like they put some money in, or maybe he put money in.
Yeah.
And instead of just canceling the whole thing, calling it a draw, and like doing your own thing, to use the photographer
And the getaway car.
And the
and the
venue
getaway
and
car
the getaway
and the
car.
cake,
And
like
to
to
bring
eat cake.
to bring the man she cheated on her
And
fiance.
he's his best friend.
was
I'm
his
like,
best friend.
Yeah.
there's just too
Literally.
many moving parts. I was like,
Wow.
dude, what?
You were getting the tea that night.
I know. I was like, I was like, low key, I'm putting this on my podcast.
I know. Well,
This
I do
will
have
be
a
on
question for y'all. I'd like to know,
Ask.
what is your favorite song in a wedding?
Probably like mine from my own wedding. Because the second I heard it, I was like, that's going to be my first dance song. And it was Biblical by Callum Scott.
That was in mine too.
Was it?
Yes.
Aww.
I think that's what I walked down the aisle to.
I love that song, Biblical. It's like such a beautiful song, and it just like really like embodied like our relationship, and it was I love that. So every time I hear that song, I'm like tear up, and like it brings me back to that moment. But like fun wise, probably like, and this is just like recent, but like Pink Pony Club was like a staple.
Oh, killer.
Mm-hmm.
We did a video at your
Killer.
wedding that went viral.
So
like
much fun.
It's just anytime that song comes on, you can't help but just be like Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. And I don't know, it's just good vibes. What's your
I
name?
love
Chappelle?
it.
Chapel?
Chaperone.
Chapel? Sorry, girl.
I
don't
think
know.
it's
I like your
not.
song.
It's not really a wedding song, but my first dance song, I'm obsessed with it. I love country music though. What is it? Red Clay Strays, Wondering Why.
Okay.
I love it. It's such a great song. And then Biblical is a really good one. And then obviously, what's the one that we edit videos to all the time?
Oh my gosh.
At Last.
At Last, but what's the
Oh, I love that.
what's the one that was really popular? Alex something or other.
And then the one, it goes, come be the man I need.
Oh
And
yes.
then I got something that I want it.
yeah. That's
All
a vibe right now. That's a vibe
Put us
right
on
now.
stage.
See, I had to ask that question.
Okay, but you.
That was a good one.
Okay, so obviously Latina here.
Okay,
They put Bad
spicy.
Bunny's on Titi Me Preguntó.
Okay.
That has to be. I try to always get the DJ to play it. It's a 50-50. Romantic one.
I know. What else is there? I'm even trying to.
Al Green was our song. Me and Bryce dance, but it's been so many good ones. But I always think about the hype songs.
I know. There's
I
so many
know.
good ones
Yeah.
though, and then there's like new ones constantly
Mhm.
coming out. And now that we edit to the music, like I'm so much more like aware of like what's good and what's popular and what's. It's cool to like listen to everybody's like different music and how they interpret like
And
love.
tastes.
basically.
Oh,
of-
so
of
our
things.
previous recent wedding, she was a big fan of K-pops. K-pops? That's the girls.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
yeah.
They played that for their first dance.
Okay, love
I was
that.
like, this is adorable.
Yeah.
It was perfect for them.
It's
and I
perfect
loved
for
it.
them, and that's what I love.
Yes,
And it like yeah.
absolutely.
Love. I just watched that movie. It's the K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie. The songs on that
They
are
get
kinda
catchy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Harper, my daughter loves them.
like,
Obviously, we love you.
We love you guys
We know you
too.
love us because
Thank
you
you.
tell us all the time.
I know.
Biggest fan. We
Biggest
literally
fan.
we love your support. Cannot thank you enough for like
Yes.
all the support
Mhm.
in our content creation planning, and then obviously with the podcast. So, yeah.
Absolutely. No, honestly, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all the good stuff we're doing here in Charleston
Yes.
and all the good stories. You know, we do talk about things, but
It's all
Yeah.
with love. It
It's all
is. It is
love.
all with love. How can people find you, or if they want to tour the venue? What are your social media handles?
yes. So the website is 108wmain.com, and Instagram is at 108wmain. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
If they want to
website.
book you as a photographer, do you still do that?
I do. I
Okay.
do. On CompleteCharleston.com. You can find us there.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank
And then,
you
as
for
always,
coming
you guys can find us on all the social medias. We obviously will put it in the bio for
Yes.
our show notes. RSVP_thanks_pod. Also, RSVP.thanks.pod. And Cam, what's that number?
Call the hotline. Call the hotline, baby. 320-558-7787 or RSVP.
And as always, guys, don't forget happy planning and don't forget to RSVP.
Thanks.